What is going on, everybody? Hey, this is your boy JC from JC Eagles Talk, and tonight, I got with me a New York Giant content creator. After this show, she might be a Philadelphia Eagle content creator, but we're gonna see. So, without further ado, please introduce yourself and let them know a little bit about you.
Sure. So my name's Lauren. My channel, SheGotSports. I am unfortunately a Giants fan. But I do videos about the whole league. I try to be as unbiased as possible. Pride myself on being as unbiased as possible. But sometimes your heart just gets in the way. But yeah, that's who I am.
All right, so look. Hey, without further ado, let's get into what the people been waiting for. You know what I mean? To talk about the Philadelphia's and the New York Giants. All right, the first thing out the way, the injury report. The Philadelphia's Eagles right now, the biggest injury news we have is Jordan Howard. You know, he's been our cowbell, and there's a big chance that he might not be able to play this upcoming Sunday because of a knee sprain. So, but we do have, Sanders, Gainwell, and Boston Scott, aka the Giant Killer. So we're about to see who can pick up the slack.
Scott, there's gonna be no problems.
Yep. Look.
As long as 5'8" Boston Scott is healthy.
Yes, I'm telling you, the whole 5'8" Boston Scott, he's healthy. He's gonna be the Jordan Howard on this offense, and then Miles Sanders is gonna be Miles Sanders, and then Kenneth Gainwell is gonna be like an X factor to me. Put him in the slot, put him in the back, a couple running back screens. So I think we will be okay. But Davion Taylor, our linebacker, he is going on maybe short-term IR, but he haven't come out yet, but he will be on some type of IR. And that's pretty much it. Everybody else is pretty healthy. So on the Giants side, I know y'all played last night, so I don't know if anything came out yet. So who is injured or?
Right now, I remember Kyle Rudolph hurt his ankle last night, so he was ruled out of that game. So I feel like he might not play Sunday. We'll see what happens. I don't really know the extent of the injury, obviously. And then Sterling Shepard didn't play Monday because of his what is that thing called? Why am I hamstring? So not sure if he's gonna play Sunday, but those are the two guys right now, on top of everyone else who already went on the IR earlier in the season.
Yeah. It seemed like the Giants been hurt all year.
Yeah.
Like y'all big free agent signing and Kenny Galladay, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's been like
he played last night, but they just don't throw him the ball either.
I mean, he seemed like that he's constantly hurt. Saquon is constantly hurt. Like people are having hamstring injuries left and right.
So many hamstrings.
It is. So, but look, and we'll see. I mean, hopefully the next a couple of days, no new injuries pop up and stuff like that. So, hey, we'll see what happened. All right, look, the big news of the day. I cannot wait to get into this. All right, your boy right here, Jason Garrett, got
That's not
fired.
My boy.
Your heart and soul, the Giants' heart and soul, Mr. Big Blue himself got fired today. So my question for you is this. How do you feel about him being fired? And do you feel like he's being used as an scapegoat?
Well, I'll say this. I mean, okay, I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I feel so good about someone being fired. Like, sure, he's a great person, whatever. But do I think the Giants needed to do this? 100%. Do I think he's a scapegoat? No, but I will say this. They definitely need to do more things. Like, this is just, I said in my video today, like, this is just step one of like a lot of steps that need to be taken. Like, I'm happy that they actually did this, before the season ended. I'm happy that they actually went ahead and did it less than 24 hours after the game. But this is the first step of a lot of steps, and I don't think it's going to make a huge impact like next week. I don't think we're going to be like, oh, all of a sudden the Giants are now good. I think it's way deeper than that.
Well, look, I kind of feel some type of way about this. You know what I mean? First of all, look, I watch y'all play. Unfortunately, it's be on TV sometimes. But I watched y'all play a few times, right? And for some odd reason, I feel like when he was the offensive coordinator in Dallas, not the head coach, but the offensive coordinator, the Dallas Cowboys was always up there in offense because they had a good quarterback. You know what I mean? A good tight end, some talent around. And so I really feel like y'all have Ingram with Barkley, with Shepard, with a Galladay. I mean, y'all have talent on the offensive side. So could the issue be, the next guy that unfortunately we're going to talk about is Daniel Jones? Could he be that, of the problem why that Jason Garrett's system was not working?
So so are you saying, do I think Daniel Jones is the problem or Jason Garrett?
No, Daniel Jones. Because when Jason Garrett was in Dallas, he was considered like the hottest offensive coordinator. I mean, he was the head coach in waiting. He became the head coach. He stopped calling plays, of course, but he know how to call plays. He just needs the right people around him and able for his system to succeed. And to me, y'all had the running back. You have wide receivers, you have tight end, you have the firepower on the offensive side. But there's only one guy that's been there about to be the end of his third year. And he has not proven anything yet. So could Daniel Jones actually be the problem at the New York Giants?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's a combination of things. Like, I think it definitely comes down to both of them. It definitely comes down to the play calling and the way Daniel Jones performs. Like, you turn the ball over like that, you're not going to win many games. He misses his throws sometimes, even if they are completions. Like, they're just a little off.
Okay.
And it's just a lot of stuff that's more than just the interceptions for Daniel Jones. It's like him going through his progressions, him not being decisive, him just missing some of his throws and just not leading the receiver or putting the ball where it needs to be. Like on that Kadarius Toney, I don't know if you saw that Kadarius Toney catch last night that actually wasn't a catch, like by the 50 or something. Mm-hmm. They reviewed it, I think. Yeah, I think they challenged it. That ball was just not thrown in the right spot. Like, if the ball was thrown in the right spot, it would have been a completion. But Kadarius Toney had to like adjust to make that catch, and then whoever the corner was, I forget, was able to come in there and like make him lose possession. But it's just a lot of things, and I have not seen Daniel Jones prove anything to me of him being a quarterback who can win. And I don't think it's just because of Jason Garrett. Do I think Jason Garrett helped him? No. But eventually there's things like you need to be able to make the right read. You need to not throw across your body to a defensive lineman for an interception. Like, I just don't even know what that is. Like, what he could have possibly – I mean, he probably didn't see anything, to be honest. I just, like, I'm, like, watching. I'm like, I don't know what this guy saw. Like, what was the thinking there? Like, I don't know.
I mean, look, I don't think that the team is helping him out either because, look, if you look at this play right here, because watching this play over and over today, I was like, what in the world buffoonery is going on here? This is a clown show. Like, literally, all three guys are running into each other. All three wide receivers and tight end are, like, literally in the middle of the field. And poor Daniel Jones, look, this is a three-man rush, by the way. Three-man rush. You got five people on the line. So is it really, like you said, I think it goes beyond Daniel Jones. I think your whole team have issues.
Yeah,
but where does this really, really start? And I feel like it did not start with Jason Garrett. I feel like it started with the offensive line. Well, as a matter of fact, your GM. He failed to address the issue.
Higher up than the GM in the front office. Like, I think it's like just some executives even maybe. Like, the way that they're doing their hiring, like, something isn't working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look, it is what it is. I'm glad that the Philadelphia Eagles don't have that type of problem, but we're going to go into it. All right. So, hey, how are you feeling about this game? once this game was circled, right? The Philadelphia Eagles all offseason, we wanted the New York Giants to be the first team we played because all offseason, man, y'all blame us for not letting y'all get into the playoffs.
I did it. Let me just say.
And then y'all blame us for drafting your wide receiver that y'all wanted. All of a sudden, y'all didn't want no more. So, we've been waiting for this game since last year, and now the game is here. So, how you feel about this game?
I don't feel good. Like, I don't think the Giants are gonna win. It's just the Eagles are hot right now. The Giants are in shambles. Like,
look, you know what? I agree and kind of disagree. The Jason Garrett firing is going to play a bigger role than what you think. You know what I mean? Because now there's the unknown factor going into playing the New York Giants. Who's the offensive coordinator now? Who's going to be calling their plays? Freddie Kitchen?
I believe it's going to be Freddie Kitchens. I don't think I saw anything official yet, but when Jason Garrett missed a game last season when he had COVID, or was exposed, or I don't know, he was on COVID protocol. Freddie Kitchens called the plays. So it'll be Freddie again.
Look, I mean, the last time I saw Freddie, he was getting fired as the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. So, but before that, before he became the head coach, though, he was calling plays for the Browns. All of a sudden, after they fired, their head coach of the Browns, he took over and they took off. So I don't know, what are we going to expect? The same Freddie Kitchen from the Browns? Because that's the only thing we have to go off of, to go back and look at some Browns tape on top of looking at some Giants tape. So now we got two teams tape to look at and 5-6 days to figure out a game plan to see exactly what the Giants are going to do. And also, last year, we played y'all twice. And I'm not afraid to say this. We should have lost both games. So regardless how sorry a team is in the division, the records, just throw it away. Divisional games are the hardest game to predict because team, some way, somehow, they could sleep the whole year. But when it's a divisional game, they wake up. They wake up and show up. Either their motive is bad, hey, they're trying to kick you out the playoffs, or they try to make a statement saying, hey, you know what? We're still in this. So, like, you know what I mean? So I think that this game right here is going to be a lot closer than people think.
Yeah, definitely with divisional games. I mean, we just saw the Texans beat the Titans. Like, who would have thought that was going to happen?
Exactly.
So divisional games for sure are totally toss-ups. They're retiring Michael Strahan's number 2.
Ooh.
So might be a little crowded, but I'm not going to get my hopes up, to be honest.
All right. So, and with that being said, so look, all right, I say all that to say this. Where is the mindset of the New York Giants? Like, where do you see this moving forward with 6 games left? Like, where are these New York Giants at? I know you saw it last night. It's fresh in your mind. Yes, you might be a little emotional, but outside looking in, where are these Giants going on the next 6 games? Like, are they fragile? Like, are they done? Like, and y'all packed it up? I mean, this is it. You might tank for the next quarterback in a draft. Like, what is the mindset of the New York Giants?
I think they need to start looking for a new GM. Like now, like today.
Look, the Eagles been asking for that for about 5 years now. They ain't happening. So, and besides the GM, like,
it's time to start that search like today. I think how the end of the season goes is going to decide who is the head coach next season, or sorry, I should say if Joe Judge is the head coach next season, because if he just loses the locker room and they're losing, he's lost the locker room, then they're not going to keep him, or they shouldn't, in my opinion. But I I think Joe Judge is trying to, fight for his job here. I don't know if the Giants will fire him, but if he loses the locker room, then there's no way they can keep him. I don't think the Giants just want to keep, rotating through head coaches here, but eventually you need to figure out they need to figure out something from the top. They need to bring in someone to help them make decisions. Because even the mayors need help making decisions now because the past 2 decisions just haven't worked out. They just haven't worked.
But look, I mean, I feel you because you sound like the Philadelphia Eagle fans the past few years. We need a new GM. We need a GM. But somewhere, somehow, we think that Howie Roseman got some bad pictures of our owner, that he's blackmailing him, and that's why he's still here. Honest truth. You know what I mean? Because year in, year out, his drafting sucks. JJ or Arcega-Whiteside, over DK Metcalf. You got Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. You know what I mean? So that's how pathetic he's been. But some way, somehow, he's still there. So we got off that train for right now. But it's something else that's missing. Like I can't even say the GM, the owner. Man, I just don't know at this point. And we're about to see if they lose to the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday. And depending how bad the score is, I want to see who they're going to fire next. You know what I mean? What's going to happen? What is the domino effect?
They might not fire anyone, which is crazy.
Okay.
I was honestly surprised they fired Garrett in season. I'm happy that they made the move, but I was surprised they did it that quick because it just seems like all the Giants would just take forever. But I think the next person to go, if someone goes, would be Gettleman. But the other thing with Gettleman is they might, since Gettleman is older, they might wait till the end of the season and he'll retire. So that might happen, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. It depends, I think, how bad they lose. But I don't know. Maybe they're having. I don't want to speculate here or whatever. But
I
think they might be having internal conversations. All right, at the end of the year, you will retire. Okay, and he'll be all right, it's better than getting fired.
Yeah, I mean, facts. Hey, that's true. So, hey, let's talk about my guy from Penn State, Saquon Barkley. Right? Y'all had high hopes for him. He. To me, was the steal of the draft. If you could pick anybody, a quarterback, a running back, Saquon Barkley was considered the next Barry Sanders. His vision was good. His legs is his thighs are this huge. You can't tackle him down low. But he's been injury prone. Do you think that's another issue that they have? I know he's up for a contract extension, right? I mean, this is his 4th year, right? Or his 3rd year?
This is 2018 was his first year, 18, 19, 20. This is his 4th year, yeah.
So his 4th year. So now the Giants have a decision to make. I mean, are y'all gonna franchise tag him, sign to contract extension? I mean, just let him go. What is the deal with Saquon Barkley with all his injury history?
It's honestly sad and kind of scary because I'm getting Todd Gurley vibes.
Oh yeah.
Just what happened with Todd Gurley, how he was the best running back in the league, and then he just vanished basically. Then he signs with Atlanta after being released by the Rams, and now he's not even on a team.
Yeah.
Which is actually crazy. But Saquon just doesn't look the same. I don't know if it's from the ACL. I don't know what it's from, but his acceleration, he just doesn't seem like he can hit the hole right now, and it's really sad and it's really scaring me because you keep thinking early in the season, oh, he's just got to get back into football speed, all of that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're going into week 12 here. And it's just not looking good. I'm nervous. Right now, I don't think he gets a contract extension. I think they might try to trade him, honestly.
Trade him?
Maybe draft day. Someone said draft day in my stream. But if they're going all in on it honestly, so much depends on how the rest of the season goes. I love Saquon. I have a Saquon jersey. I have Saquon t-shirt. I love Saquon. I love the guy. But I don't know. It depends. If you're going all in on a rebuild, it doesn't make sense to sign a 5th-year running back to a contract extension.
But Look, he's still young though.
That's
Like,
the
I
thing. It's
mean,
sad. Like Todd Gurley was so young too, though. Like I want to see how old Todd Gurley is. Hold on, I want to look that up.
but Todd Gurley had like multiple great years,
Todd
like
Gurley's 27
27 years old.
right
Yeah.
now. Isn't that crazy? And Saquon's got to be what, 24? Hold on, let me double
I
check.
think about 24, 23.
Yeah, Saquon's 24. That's nuts.
24 years old. So why? Like, I'm just, look, running backs like Saquon do not come around a lot.
Uh-huh.
So do you think if he had a better O-line, because look, hey, Saquon got a lot of miles on his legs, just going back to the Penn State days where he was constantly being the guy running the ball, just breaking his long runs, and then coming into the NFL behind I want to say a bad and okay
Not a
offensive
good one
line.
for sure. Yeah, not a
Yeah,
good one for
and being
sure.
asked to carry this offense and constantly uh, the wear and tear. So, do you think if your offensive line get fixed, your quarterback issue get fixed, that you will see the potential that guy that y'all drafted, or are y'all just throwing in the towel and say, all right, look, I seen enough. Boom, go ahead. He's injury prone, like a Carson Wentz. Like Carson Wentz was very injury prone. His only healthy year was his rookie year in 2015. He got hurt 2016 and 17 and 18. You
Except
know
for
what I mean?
remember
So
that year you guys made the playoffs, like Miles' rookie season, and Carson was healthy the whole season, and that got the concussion in the game, the playoff game.
2019,
I
yes, the
felt
end of
so bad.
2019.
I felt so bad for
Yeah,
him. He finally stayed healthy the whole season.
the
The season
whole season.
everyone got hurt. He stayed
Everyone,
healthy.
he
Then he
stayed
literally gets a
healthy.
dirty hit on him and gets a
Yup.
concussion.
And that happened to be the last time that the Philadelphia Eagles had a 3-4 game winning streak. We ain't had a 3-game winning streak since then. So last year, no 3-game winning streak. This year so far, no 3-game winning streak. And we are about to go against the New York Giants, where this whole 2019 winning streak started. The last 4 games was against the New York Giants, the Washington football team, the New York Giants, and the Dallas Cowboys, and we got into the playoffs. But look, Saquon, remind me of Miles Sanders, but Miles Sanders is a little bit. I mean, he's been hurt too now. Miles Sanders been hurt too. I mean, so I'm not saying it's something about the Penn State running backs. Like they be getting hurt left and right, but they are so talented that I don't feel like that you should be able to give up on Miles Sanders or Saquon Barkley so fast because they are young, 22, 24 years old. What you going to get for them? Like, who's going to want?
I think the thing with Sanders is like you won't have to. He's not going to get as big as a contract as Saquon's gonna want, and especially because Saquon's getting paid like the second overall pick salary, while like Miles is getting second round, right? It was a second round pick.
Yeah, he was like second
Pick
round,
salary.
like pick number 53 or something like that. So
So
yeah,
like salary wise too, like Miles is already making way less than Saquon.
yeah, he is. So look, hey, let's talk about. Matter of fact, before we talk about that, the Eagles' running game, right? So the past 4 weeks, the Philadelphia Eagles have literally averaged, if you put all 4 games together, over 200 yards rushing, like per game. Regardless, the number 1 rush defense, the number 6 rush defense, the Philadelphia Eagles are some way, somehow, they finally found their identity. We all been calling for it. Eagle haters been saying, why don't the Eagles win the ball? Eagle fans have been calling for it. Run the ball. And finally, they start listening to the, outside, and they start running the ball because the Philadelphia Eagles are built to run the ball. So with that being said, y'all catching the Philadelphia Eagles after a dominant win against the Saints last week on the ground, rushing for about 242, 244. How do you think that the Philadelphia Eagles is going, the New York Giants is going to be able to stop this rushing attack because they used to facing Carson Wentz. They never faced Jalen Hurts before. The New York Giants had not faced Jalen Hurts yet. This is going to be their first experience because last year Hurts played the Saints, the Cardinals, the Cowboys and the Washington football team. So this is going to be the first time I've seen them. So do you think that the Giants defense could stop the Philadelphia Eagles running game?
No. I mean, the Giants don't have a good run defense to begin with. And then you get into the fact that, hold on, let me plug in my computer. It just turned red. Hold on one sec.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
But basically, Giants don't have a good run defense to begin with, right? And now you have the Eagles who have been running the ball so well the past few weeks. And then you factor in that Jalen Hurts is extremely mobile and can, run an option whenever he wants. I think it's going to be tough, especially because the Giants have been playing such a soft zone, like a cover 3, just so soft. Like, they could just pick up 5 yards per carry and, like, just win the game that way, just chip away.
All right. So basically, you saying Eagles do not need to throw the ball at all. Just run the ball. Like, because if y'all playing zone, the Philadelphia Eagles used to play zone, and teams used to pick us apart, especially if you have a smart quarterback. And, that could, like, dissect the defense before the ball even snaps, saying, hey, there's no pressure. So how's y'all defensive rush like? I mean, how's y'all
terrible? That's the thing also, is the D rush, the edge pressure is non-existent. Like, Brady had so much time last night. He had so much time and they're playing this super soft zone. It's like perfect for him to just, do what he wants, go with the ball where he wants. So I don't see the defense being able to stop Hurts, because I think he can just option whenever he wants, really. Even if he does go to throw a quick pass, if he doesn't like anything, he can just tuck it and run. Exactly. And with the way they're running the ball, like, literally Boston Scott, like, literally never count on Boston Scott not playing well versus the Giants. Like, literally always count on him playing well, especially with the way this interior D-line is playing. It's not going to be fun.
Look, I'm going to try to stay humble. All right. You know what I mean? Act like you've been there before. You know what I mean? Look, this is not my Super Bowl right here. All right. This is just another game that we have to get through. Mm-hmm. So, but I've been an Eagles fan for so long. I've been an NFL fan. I know a lot about every other team. You never know what you're going to get in divisional games. Yes, the Philadelphia Eagles been hot running the ball. They've been hot running the ball, but it's a divisional game. It's a divisional game. My only hope, saying this, the Giants never faced Jalen Hurts before. Yeah. And that's the thing.
Facing Lamar last season too.
So that's what I'm hanging my hat on, is that, hey, you could try to stop the run, a traditional
Kyler.
run.
Any mobile quarterback, they've struggled.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm a little bit more confident. Like, I mean, we will say, the score prediction later on, but hey, let's answer this question right here. Who would Lauren want to see become the new OC in the offseason, or a new head coach and staff, if you had your pick?
Well, honestly, I haven't done enough research yet, but I have a few names that are interesting to me. Like, I definitely want someone who's offensive minded for the coach. And I definitely think, like, a young offensive mind for the offensive coordinator. I don't think Kellen Moore would leave the Cowboys.
Ooh.
But if he wanted to come over, I think that would be pretty interesting. He is someone who can clearly run an offense. I mean, it's tough though, because the Cowboys do have so much talent on offense, so it's kind of hard to, like, run that offense bad. They didn't play great actually versus Kansas City, but he's a young guy. I mean, I think the young offensive guys are the guys I definitely have my eye on. Joe Lombardi, I think, is the Chargers offensive coordinator. They've been putting up a ton of points. I don't know if I know some people want the Bills offensive coordinator. I forget his name.
The Kansas City offensive coordinator.
Eric Bieniemy, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Eric. I know a lot of people, I know a lot of people want the Bills offensive coordinator. I'm forgetting his name, the guy with the beard. But I honestly don't want him as the coach. I gotta be honest. I don't like the way the Bills are running that offense. I do not. They're not running the ball at all. I don't like I don't like the way they run that offense. I wouldn't want him as the Giants coach, to be honest.
Yo, shout out to my guy, Philly Talk Podcast. Philly Talk Podcast. You know what I mean? He's one of my reasons why I even started this channel. You know what I mean? He's one of my biggest supporters. So shout out to him. All right. So look, it sounds like to me that you just want to see some type of change in the offseason, just period. You know, I mean, but it depends what happened moving forward. And right now, y'all are what, 3-7? Look,
correct.
There's 17 games this year. There's 17 games, 3-7. There's 7 more games for y'all, 6 more games for us.
No, I'm just kidding.
Like, yo, I seriously think the last wild card will be 9-18. It's gonna be a 9-18.
Yeah,
so if y'all get on a run, who knows what might happen? So look, I'm not trying to keep your spirit up or anything like that, but I'm just trying to say, look, hey, football is unpredictable. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. Like, just don't give up on your team so fast. Like, yo, I feel like I'm talking to an Eagles fan right now, right? Because every week, right, every Monday, win or lose, I post on Facebook a motivational quote. Don't worry about it, guys. We got this. We're 3-5, but guess what? There's still 12 more games left. There's still 10 more games left. And so far, it's paying off. People cussing me out on Facebook. You don't know what you're talking about. We done. Pack it up. You know what I mean? Because 3 weeks ago, we literally won 3 out of the last 4 games. You know what I mean? So you never know what team might spark you to go on a run. It's not about especially y'all should know the best. The year that y'all beat the 18-0 Patriots, y'all snuck into the playoff as a wild card team.
Yep.
And went on the road and beat I think the Cowboys, the Packers, and the Buccaneers that year and made it to the Super Bowl. And y'all beat this 18-0 team. So 9-7 at that time. Y'all snuck and y'all made it. And hey, who knows what might happen? All right, so look, the Giants O-line. Give me the strength and weaknesses on the Giants O-line going against the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line. So, like, what is something you say, you know what? We're good in that area. Hey, no matter what the Eagles do on defense, I know that my guy is going to hold up. And give me like, oh, my God, no, he's about to get eaten up by the Philadelphia Eagles. So
the only confidence or the only strength in this Giants O-line is the left tackle, Andrew Thomas. He's the only strength on this Giants O-line. The rest of it, the whole other right side, including left guard, it's not good. Nate Solder is very much just whiffing on tackles lately, just not even making contact.
Wait, who is he again? Who's
Nate
your strength
Solder,
right
7'6".
Let me see.
He's the right tackle. So he's
this side right here.
Right now, he's where the defensive end should be. And the defensive end is where he should be.
Oh, okay, all right. And so you said that this whole side right here.
76.
All right. So this is a 3-man rush. As a matter of fact, I think Soder got beat, right? He's right there.
Yeah, there he is, 76. Yep. Whoa.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hey,
whoever's lining up on the left side of your line is gonna the left side of your D line. Whoever's going against the right side of our O line is gonna have a day.
What that should be a Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat is right here, and Barnett is right here. And then Cox and Hargrave is in the middle. So you got Sweat, Hargrave, Cox, and Barnett. So that's going to be right here.
Yeah, Sweat for sure then. Probably not so much Derek Barnett this week, but whoever's lining up on that against our right side is probably going to get at least 1 sack.
No, hey, look, that's music to my ears. So let's go on the defensive line. Like, the Philadelphia offensive line right now is at least top 5. I mean, but they are built to run the ball. If you like lately, because they haven't been going back so much and trying to pass block, so now their legs are starting to get more healthier because we've been running the ball at least 30, 40 times per game. We are averaging 30, 40 attempts rushing per game the past 4 or 5 weeks. So now, they are able to pass block a little bit more because teams are afraid, to blitz them, and stuff like that because they're playing the Devontae Smith, the Dallas Goddard. So now I feel like the more we run the ball, the more they are able to pass block. So who is on your defensive line? I know Williams. Besides Williams, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who else on that defensive line that the Philadelphia Eagles should be worrying about, as a dark horse that could say, hey, this is my game. I'm taking this over because y'all about to double team this guy.
I would say off the edge, like Azeez Ojulari. He's had a handful of sacks this season. So if he can get pressure, which I think he can, he's had a really solid rookie season. He's someone like who can get to the quarterback. He's like the only player besides Leonard Williams who it seems can get to the quarterback.
Yeah. So William is your guy, or
I would say Leonard Williams is the best player on this defense, on this defensive line right now. Well, really on this defense right now. And then Azeez coming off the edge, I would say was like the dark horse.
Okay. All right. So what matchup are you looking forward to the most? On either side, you know what I mean? It could be the offensive player, a defensive player. So what matchup are you looking to?
Oh, you know what I'll go with? I'll go Bradbury versus Devontae Smith.
Oh shit, that's a mismatch. Man, Devontae Smith just beat Lattimore. Okay, so who's better? Lattimore or Bradbury? LaShawn Lattimore from the Saints or Bradbury?
I don't know. Bradbury's had really good and really bad games this season, but probably Lattimore right now.
Yeah, and he made Lattimore look like he was like the third string cornerback.
Yeah,
his route running is so smooth.
Soft coverage. They're gonna
what?
They're gonna play this soft coverage. Like they're gonna line up like 8 yards off the line. The corners are gonna be like lining up 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. It's gonna be like,
yo, you literally look like us like 3-4 weeks ago. I mean, all we kept on doing was zone. The cornerbacks was lining up 10, 15 yards. Yeah. We are on the
basically at this point, line all the cornerbacks up at the goal line. If that's how you guys want to play zone so much, just have everyone stand at the goal line or the wall, like little Red Rover or something.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was saying.
Hold hands and then just build a wall.
First and goal from the 5. You lined up 10 yards deep. What are you doing? Like, this is ridiculous. But lately that Jonathan Gannon been playing a lot more, press up, big play slay. At the matchup I want to see is Galladay on big play slay. You know what I mean? This dude right now literally have returned the past 4 weeks. Had 3 TD returns.
Yeah, that's like one of the craziest stats I saw. It's like the most in his career, or he's tied this season for his whole career, right? Like the number of touchdowns he has.
Yes,
like,
3.
That.
Yeah, 2 pick six, a fumble return. But besides that, he is locking these wide receivers down.
I feel like he's going to get an interception then.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That type of thing then.
Yeah, and then Avonte Maddox. I'm curious because I think that he's going to play a Tony, right? He's your slot receiver.
Yeah, he'll probably play Tony unless Shepard is playing. Shepard will probably line up in the slot. Then they'll probably put Tony on the outside. But I feel like he'll probably line up with Tony if Shepard isn't playing.
Yeah, and then on the other side, like to me, the weakness on the Philadelphia Eagles defense is Steven Nelson. I know the Philadelphia Eagles sign Steven Nelson. He's the weak link on the secondary, like in secondary. Steven Nelson is the weak link. He He literally played 10, 15 yards back. Like, I'll be looking at the other side. I'm like, wow, are we in man? And then I look down, I'm like, oh, hell no. What's going on down here? Like, he's literally, I was at the Eagles game this past Sunday. They picked on him so much because they don't want to pick on big play Slay. Like, even though he was out of the game, but they still didn't want to go to that side. And they kept on picking on Steven Nelson. He's the weak link for the Philadelphia Eagles as far as the DBs go. But I'm looking for Galladay, your big money, man. All right.
Yeah,
So,
I always like to watch like corner wide receiver matchups. Like any game, like I always love the big corner wide receiver matchups. Those are always fun.
So do y'all regret paying all that money for Galladay and he barely played this season? Or even if he played this season, he has zero impact. Yo, I saw a stat today that your left tackle,
Andrew Thomas.
Like he caught a touchdown, right?
Yeah, and
last night. And then Galladay don't have one, right?
Yep, and Tony doesn't have one.
Tony doesn't have one. And I saw one, like one more person. I'm like, how in the world that happened? Yo, this is week 11, week 10, week 11. You know, so do y'all regret spending all that money for a guy that's not even producing right now?
I am, but I don't think it's all. I do regret it, but I don't think it's all his fault. Like, I think that Daniel Jones just doesn't throw 50-50 balls to him. Like, I think he might be nervous turning the ball over. Maybe he doesn't trust his arm. And also, they're not throwing the ball to him. Like, I think he's open, but they're not. They're not going to throw those 50-50 jump balls to him. I think Daniel Jones might not have the arm strength, or he's nervous. And I think also with the play calling, they weren't utilizing him. But yeah, I definitely do regret it. Like, because especially if you're going into a rebuild, you don't want to be paying a wide receiver $18 million who's in his late 20s.
Yeah, and also on defensive side, Adoree Jackson, the Philadelphia Eagles wanted him. Big play Slay, like he was like, yo, hey, let's meet up the next day on a Sunday. But he signed with the Giants on a Saturday night. I mean, we wanted him. Look, I'm not gonna lie, but how has he been playing so far this year?
He has actually been. He started out the season a little rough, like the first 2 games. But ever since then, he's been really underrated, like really good. Like he's really not allowing catches. I think he's honestly playing better than Bradbury right now.
Wow.
So I think that's a good signing.
Yeah, okay. All right. And how much do y'all miss my guy, Blake Martinez, that y'all let walk?
For sure. I mean, he was calling the plays and everything. So they definitely miss him because he's a reliable tackler. Like he's not missing tackles. So I think that's just like underrated. Like guys who don't miss tackles, especially with Logan Ryan out last night too. I mean, there was a lot of missed tackles.
Man,
like 2 best tacklers are out. So
all right. So impact players on both sides of the ball. I mean, you could give me 1, you could give me 2. Who's that dude that's gonna make that big play? Or catch that big touchdown, or throw the big touchdown if y'all have somebody to throw it, but throw the big touchdown or whatever it is. So who's the impact player on both sides of the ball for y'all?
So for impact player on offense, I'll go with Kadarius Toney. Like he just needs space to do something. Like he doesn't even need the ball thrown to him. He can literally throw the ball. Like honestly, he can do so much. So I think he's someone who can always change a game, or always has the opportunity to change a game. And then on defense, I'll go with Xavier McKinney. He had 2 picks in what game was that? Raiders game? Like 2 weeks ago.
Y'all did beat the Raiders, yeah.
The game before the bye, he had like 2 interceptions. He's been playing really well this season. He has a handful of interceptions, so I'll go with him. He didn't really do much in the game versus the Bucs, but let's see how he plays in this game.
All right, look, I have a completely different for y'all. Like, okay, so if the Philadelphia Eagles could shut these 2 guys down, we would definitely win the game. Leonard Williams, all right, because he could destroy a game. Unfortunately, I mean, I watched him play a lot this year because I have him on my fantasy team at this weird setup I have.
I was
That
gonna
I
say,
got it.
that's so weird.
Yeah, yeah, I do. So I know about Leonard Williams, a lot about him because he is a beast. You know what I mean? So I see why the Giants did sign him. I think last offseason or the offseason before that.
Yeah, this past one he got the big
Yeah.
contract. Yeah.
So and then on offense, Saquon Barkley. I know he's been quiet. But the Philadelphia Eagles just a few weeks ago was like the worst team in stopping the run. You know what I mean? So if any game that Saquon is going to go off, it might be on the Philadelphia Eagles. It seems like every time he played the Eagles anyway. Even last year, no, he was out last year. But the year before that, I mean, he went on his 80-yard run because you can't never go sleep on Saquon Barkley, regardless.
Definitely.
I know he's still hobbled though. You know, I mean, that's the thing. You know, I'm watching last night. I'm like, yeah, that's not the Saquon that I know. I mean, he's still hobbled a little bit. So, but Saquon on offense for y'all, and then Leonard Williams on defense for y'all. But as far as the Philadelphia Eagles, who are you worried about on offense and on defense?
Well, I mean, I feel like I have to say Boston Scott. Like, I feel like if I don't say Boston Scott, like that's
Boston Scott.
That's if I don't say Boston Scott, he'll definitely have like 150 rushing yards. Like
I never thought I would hear that Boston Scott on the Philadelphia Eagles is the most scariest dude out of Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, Quez Watkins, Dallas Goedert. Boston freaking Scott. God damn it, Scott.
Boston's like literally, if I don't say Boston Scott, then he's gonna prove me wrong and definitely like go 3 touchdowns, 150 yards or something. So I have to say Boston Scott. But besides Boston Scott, I'll also say I think Jalen Hurts, because his ability to run the option play, I think could just wreck the game for the Giants, because they didn't play last year versus Lamar. They didn't play well last year versus Kyler. They don't really play well against, dual threat quarterbacks. And especially with Blake Martinez being out and the linebacker group being a little, I don't know if everyone's going to stay in their lanes and then on the defensive side of the ball, should I go with Slay?
If you don't, he gonna wreck your game.
Exactly.
Like, go ahead.
You got to go with the guy who's hot, and especially with the way Daniel Jones has been throwing these interceptions, you got to go with Slay, because I feel like he's due. Like, I feel like he's due in this game again. Like, I feel like he's on this streak, and he's due for the streak to continue.
All right. So look, on offensive side, I'm gonna go with Devontae Smith, because you already know that the Eagles are going to run the ball, right? But what's going to happen when the Giants have 8, 9 people in the box? You're going to have to throw the ball. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to outrun. You have 5 people blocking, so there's 9 people coming in. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to try to do something. And I feel like that Devontae Smith, like, he's proven it. He's almost at 800 yards receiving. So he's getting up there, but like, he's that dude. Like, his route running is so nasty.
Yeah.
Like I don't care who he go up against. The Lattimores. I mean, this dude Patrick Surtain. You know what I mean? He's old college roommate. This dude, his hands, he catches everything that come his way. Early in the season, he had a couple drops, but man, confidence is a mother effort. Like, the more he catches the ball, like, he could catch everything that comes his way. So I feel like that Jalen Hurts need to get Devontae Smith involved, especially to push the Giants back, to keep them honest, so y'all could go back to your zone, because the worst thing y'all could do is play zone against a team that's rushing the ball. You know what I mean? So, but Devontae Smith will force your hands to play the zone. And Dallas Goedert, he's another one. Ever since Zach Ertz been gone, this dude is averaging almost 70 yards per game. The touchdowns are not there because we're not a high volume throwing team, but he's reliable. He got the big catches, one hand catches, and he does not go down very easy. And that's where I think that y'all gonna miss a Blake Martinez. A Blake Martinez would be like, yo, I got, got her because I've seen Blake play for 3 years in Giants, I'm at the Giants. So I definitely think that. And then on the defensive side, I feel like it's going to have to be Josh Sweat or Derek Barnett. Those edge rushers, those ends, they have to get to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones will give you like easy money. Just be patient because he doesn't get rid of the ball that fast.
Yeah.
And he ended up fumbling and throwing interceptions. Especially, he remind me the Giants draft the exact same person in Eli Manning, but Eli Manning at least held on to the ball. You know what I mean?
But Eli was much better. Eli was clutch. Daniel Jones is not clutch.
So do you think Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer? Because I've seen this a lot.
Oh, for sure. Because, okay, listen.
What?
Listen. If Tom Brady is the undisputed GOAT, right? Tom Brady's the undisputed GOAT.
Okay, because he got 7 rings
2 times in the Super Bowl. You can't talk about the history of the NFL without Eli. You can't talk about the guy who beat him twice in the Super Bowl.
Okay. So how about if Eli Manning beat him once? No? Yeah.
I think it would be more of a. I think it would be more of a.
Okay.
But I think he'll definitely get in. I think he'll definitely be voted in.
All right, so that means that Nick Foles should be a Hall of Famer because Nick Foles beat Tom Brady. Wait.
I never missed the start of the injury after all those years.
When Nick Foles set the NFL record, 27-2 season, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Nick Foles beat Tom Brady. As a matter of fact, Nick Foles beat Tom Brady when he was a Chicago Bears. He still can't beat Nick Foles. If that's the case, then Nick Foles.
How many Pro Bowls has Nick Foles been to?
Well, I mean, not. But hey, he beat the GOAT. He beat the undisputed GOAT plenty of times. You know what I mean? But come on,
but
Eli Manning have led the league in interceptions. I think 3 years.
But so did Peyton threw all those interceptions too.
Eli Manning interception to touchdown ratio is like. I'm about to make this number up, but it's literally like that 137.
Wait,
it's even.
All-time passing leaders.
Like his interception and touchdown ratio cancel each other out. He basically threw as many interceptions as touchdowns. How the hell you gonna put this man in the Hall of Fame?
Let me see. He's 8th. No, he's 9th all-time in passing yards.
How many years? Look at his interception, his touchdown to interception ratio. It's literally even.
Let's see his career stats.
So this you can tell. His stats does not say he's a Hall of Famer. He got 2 Super Bowl rings and the Manning last name.
But it's not about just stats. It's about if you're a winner.
He won 2 Super Bowls, but he wasn't the main guy. Y'all had an all-time.
Oh wait, here's the numbers. Here we go. Touchdown for his career, 366. Interceptions, 244. More than 100 more touchdowns.
God! Yo! Wait, what's the touchdown again?
366. I just exited out, but it was 366.
And the interception is what?
244.
Come on, man. So you mean to tell me that's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are Peyton's interception to?
Oh, come on. Hey, Peyton Manning have set records, like touchdown records, passing records. Brady dressed now past Peyton Manning last night, as a matter of fact. And it took him 20 years, to finally pass Peyton. So look, hey, y'all Giant fans are delusional.
No, I'll never not say Eli has more Super Bowls than the Eagles franchise. Eli
Look,
a single man. This singular man has more
he
Super Bowl trophies than
he
the Eagles' whole
yo,
entire organization.
okay. Good
Sorry.
shade. But look, hey, look. He wasn't never the guy. Y'all had historically good, great defense. When y'all went to the Super Bowl, y'all made a run to be an 18-0 Patriots. It was about y'all defense. Eli made one great, as a matter of fact, one desperate throw.
Two.
Wait,
What about the
with no,
Manningham throw?
no, wait, one desperate throw, and Tyree catched it on top of his head like this. He escaped the pocket and threw it up and said, "God help me." And then Tyree came down with it on top of his head. And then the Manningham one was pretty good, but still, y'all defense was historically great. Both Super Bowls that y'all went to, it was about y'all defense. It was not Eli Manning at all.
I'll just say he's gonna make the Super Bowl. I'm
Because
not like
of his
okay. You can just
name.
take my opinion out of it. I know he'll make. I mean, not the Super Bowl. Sorry, I know he'll make the Hall of Fame.
Because of his last name.
No, I don't think
Manning.
so. Okay. Well, I can't debate it anymore, though.
And just based on the stats, it's not happening. All right. So now let's go to my last two more questions. 3 keys to victory. If the Giants will win this game on Sunday, these 3 things will have to go right.
They cannot turn the ball over. They can't give up more than 1 sack. Whew. And they need to force turnovers on defense.
Okay. All right. Look, as far as the Philadelphia Eagles, if I'm right, I think I'm 99% right, have not won a game if they don't score over 30 points. 30 points is the magic number. For them to win the game, 30 points. So under 30 points is a loss. So if we get to 30 points, we win the game. So we need to put up 30 points. It could be 30 to 27. I don't care. As long as we get it to our 30 points, we can win the game. Defense have to get to Daniel Jones. Do not treat him like a Brett Favre, a Pat Mahomes, or anybody that's great. Treat him like you did with a Jared Goff, with the Teddy Bridgewater, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. With the Trevor Siemian. Rush him. Enough hits, he gonna give you the ball. He gonna put the ball on a platter for you and say, take it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if you see the background back there, I think the ball is on the floor. Yeah, exactly. So that's the background. He will give you the ball, you know? Yeah. And look, and I really think that the ground game, we need to establish our dominance, our identity. Nick Sirianni was like, we nasty. We nasty. You know, you saw the Mariota tape. Like, did you see the Jordan Mariota? Wait, hold on. A quick second. I'm about to show you this Jordan Mariota. This dude is a man among boys. This tape right here. This is against the Saints. Wow. This is, boom, get out of here. Get out of here. This is our big left tackle Samoan, Jordan Mariota. This is Cameron Jordan on the far side right there. He's manhandling them. Look, we got offensive linemen don't know who to block.
One-handed, too.
One-handed. Like, he's literally dominating.
That's nuts.
So
I didn't see that till now. That's crazy.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
That's a big man.
That's 6'8", 360. Yo, this dude is a big dude.
That's a big man for a tackle, even. Like, he's wide.
He used to play rugby. I heard this. Play rugby. You know, a 7th rounder. This dude, look, he don't have nobody to block. He don't have nobody. Like, everybody was like, hey, he's good by himself. So we need to establish, the trenches, go at them, be physical, and run the ball. And my last thing for you is this, the score prediction. I know there probably some Giants fans watching. I know you might get some hate emails, but just go with your heart. Go with your heart. Who is winning this game on Sunday, and what is your score prediction?
I got the Eagles winning, and I'll go with the score prediction of 28-17.
28-17. Okay. Well, look, if you see the title, a home away from home, the Philadelphia Eagles, that is our second home. All right. MetLife Stadium, that is our second home over there. We have more miracles over there than y'all probably have wins. But so I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. We have to put up 30. Like I said, 30-24. So I mean, it is a divisional game. Like I don't think, especially last year, y'all should have beat us twice, but we did have Carson Wentz as a
And
quarterback.
Doug
So
Peterson.
yeah, so I feel like that we have a little bit of advantage with Jalen Hurts the first time the Giants is facing him.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with the Eagles 30-24. You know what I mean? All right, so look, I appreciate you coming on. I know this wasn't easy for you to come in
No,
and
it's all good.
admit,
This was a fun time.
and admit that your Giants is, on a downward spiral, but it's a divisional game. You know what I mean? It's a divisional game and anything could happen. So, hey, thank you very much for coming. And once again, just let them know where to find you at. I do have her link in the chat. Go check her out, man. And she's a cool Giants fan. There are not a lot of them out there,
I'm not a
but
hater. I'm not a hater.
she do keep it real. She do talk about a lot of sports, basketball. Like, I mean, she literally does everything. So, hey, go check her out,
I appreciate that. Yeah. That's She Got Sports.
Hey, no problem. And as always, hey, if you're watching, obviously you're subscribed to my channel. But if you not, please go hit that subscribe button on the road to 2K. You know what I mean? And I do the play-by-play every Sunday for the Philadelphia Eagle fans that can't watch the game, because of the haters out there that won't put the game on TV. Unfortunately, I could watch every game. So that's the least I could do is do the play-by-play for y'all. But as always, go Birds.